So we are about to start learning land navigation. It's a fun skill to learn, but it's a skill that's necessary for life. Why? Because if you don't know where you are and don't know how to get to where you're going to go, you're never going to get there. You have to know the steps. In life, it's the same way. In business, it's the same thing. If you don't know your numbers every month, your numbers every day, your numbers every week, you're never going to be able to get to the targets that you have set for the end of the year. And then 3 years from now, you're going to be totally off track. 5 years from now, and most people, most owners are always shooting from the hip, just saying, hey, we did better than last year, or we think we did better. You have to know where you are in order to get where you want to go. So we are now 5 minutes into our land navigation piece, evolution, and the squad has no idea where they go.
Turn around, guys. Yeah, let's go.
Go back to your last known point.
It's starting to have a breakdown because the whole entire team is starting to chime in when they need to trust the land navigation people. And the land navigation people need to be doing their job. And just like in business, if one department doesn't do their job correctly or isn't performing their job, then what ends up happening is everybody starts to chime in and then you get a lot of noise. And then nothing gets solved.
Get your bearing, man. What are you doing?
I already got my bearings.
Well, get it again, because you guys need to check. You got 2 different bearings. Take it again.
Anthony, we're going to let Kirsten do it. I think she's more skilled at it.
What they need to be doing right now, and what you need to be doing when you find yourself in business like this, is to just create the space for the people that need to be doing their job to just do their job, right? And if they need some calibration, which is what's happening right now in the background, then give them the calibration and then allow the people to do their job.
Okay, we're getting the personnel. We're doing a leapfrog here. Okay. Everyone else stop moving. They go out and they listen to the navigator, okay?
So land navigation is super impactful because they're gonna work as a unit, right? And most businesses, most families, you work as a unit. And each person has to do a specific part in order to get from point A to point B. And then once you get to point B, how do you get to point C? All right, there's gotta be communication. All kinds of things have to happen in order for you to get from where you are to where you want to go.
Going all right. Had a little bit of a hiccup in the start where we weren't really, hold up. We weren't really on top of things, but we adjusted our chain of command and the people in charge of the map and the compasses, and now we're there.
So there's a left-hand turn and a right-hand turn. We know we're in the right spot.
Correct.
We're going to use what we know on the map to find out where we are.
Absolutely.
Because if we know we're on this road,
yes. Well, the bearing is meaningless now because we're way off it.
Yeah, so you're watching group dynamics start to break down because people start getting frustrated personally, which then starts to portray to them just start barking out commands, where then the whole entire squad starts to break down. So this is part of life and business, man. Like, people are just, this is just gonna happen. And how you handle it is what makes the difference in the outcome.
Welcome to checkpoint 1. Nice work, guys. Navigators, good job. You committed to the road. You knew that made sense. That's what got you here fastest, right? Saw the road on the map. You decided to leave your bearing and commit to the road because you knew the road was going to lead you to checkpoint 1. So here you are, Instructor James. What's the challenge?
All right. Instructor Chad was just very gracious with you, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
In terms of you knowing where you were on that map.
Yes, he was.
Okay, remember that. All right, we're going to need everybody. There's a checkpoint in the bag there for Alpha. You're going to need to plot your checkpoint. When you have your checkpoint plotted and you're ready to move, let me know and I'll give you further instructions.
All right, left line. We're going to be each person grabs a life jacket, and we're going to be carrying these canoes with the paddles to our next checkpoint.
Good up there? We're good? Navigators are good? Yeah. Okay, we're good back here.
Mine's right there, yeah.
all right, next person gets the water. Get the back in the boat. We don't want to sink the
Good job.
Oh my God.
Grab the paddle, grab the paddle. No, if we launched over there, we would have been done.
We had a little trouble getting in the water, you know. Some people got wet, but that's not a bad thing. Got in the water, moved over. executed well, got on the island, found the point, came back. Just got to clean up the inefficiencies, right? Just got to clean that up, but other than that, we executed well.
They did really good.
Very impressive.
Like anything, they start off a little rocky. They figure it out.
Now what do you do, man? What do you do? We're standing here right now. Why? What do we do? We've got the bear. What do we do? Let's get a squad up front. No, why are you moving? Why are you moving? You have the bear. If you move, you'll lose it. What do? You have a whole team here. What do you do?
I'm going to stay back here with carrying everyone.
Hey, you guys should thank your navigators. That was a tough nav, and they put.
Thank you guys.
Gotta trust the navigators, guys. That's what we learn here. Trust the navigators.
All right, listen up now. Enough celebrations. This is before we leave this point. Everybody has to get an arrow on one of these 2 targets.
Yeah. Make sure those who have done it go on the left. Everyone else stay over here. That way we know.
Look at that! One shot, 1 kill.
Definitely started off rough. Didn't know what to expect going into this exposition here. There's a lot of components as far as voices, actions, things getting done, trying to keep an order of members, communicating with the squad leaders who communicate with the LPO and vice versa. So definitely Steven and I, and Mooney as well, we had to learn those handles as well as the members as well. We've had to deal with some like negative attitudes here and there. Trusting our navigators has been huge, but I think this, after our last checkpoint, we're really bringing it together and we're crushing this archery course. So I'm super excited to finish it and hopefully beat the other team. So yeah.
To finish this, you are gonna have to hustle. All right. So this objective, before you can get your coordinates, this is a big jigsaw puzzle. Okay? It will go together when it's all together, it will be an almost complete 4x8 sheet of plywood with some little twists and turns in it, but that's kind of the size you're working with, okay? Goal is, get it together as quick as you can. One of them has to be complete before we leave this summit.
8 and 8. All right, now we're
So that's that right there, yep.
Flip it around.
That's that. There's one more piece still. Right
goes there, and that goes there.
That's it. Good job, guys. We'll get your coordinates.
Yeah, so today we're navigating this course, trying to take some of the skills that Chad and the guys taught during that land nav class, implement those as best we can, trust our guts, go with our instincts.
Button up. One arm in front of you, one arm to your right or left.
You know, learning how to read a map is definitely an acquired skill. I think even Chad said if you don't do it often enough, you're gonna lose that talent. So it's kind of difficult at first. So once you get a lay for the land, you can kind of figure out where you're going from where you've been.
It is interesting to see how you can gain confidence quickly in your skills and how quickly doubt can creep in at the same time. So that was part of the lesson for me, is knowing that I know what I know and remaining confident and committed in that. I think, you know, the feedback we got was that generally speaking we did a good job, but we failed the objective. So good enough is not good enough.
What's the saying that you've heard us say multiple times over the course of the last, as it pertains to when we're in a competitive?
Pays to win.
Pays to be a winner. You did not win. You did not win. There'll be plenty of time later today for us to talk about why you didn't win and why we sucked. But right now, before we do that, we got to pay the man. Time start.
Let's go.
Now,
let's
go.
Let's
Go.
go. 6 minutes.
Come on. 6 minutes. That is very doable.
So if you can see over my shoulder right now, group 1 or whatever group it is right now that's going on that, they just are going to continue to work until they understand that they should want to be putting the effort in, the preparation effort to learn their skill sets, than having to do this, right? So they're having to do this because they didn't put the work in.
Come on, everything you got right now. Right now.
All right, same thing with the other group. They didn't put the work in that's needed, okay? But the reality is you're gonna have to put the work in, either before or after. And it's better to put the work in before so that you complete the mission at hand, than having to do this, because now the mission's not complete, or you don't get the job sold, you don't get the work installed right, whatever the case may be, and then you still have to get it done either way. So you got to choose your hard up front and get the job done and be satisfied, or hard at the end and still don't get the job done. So it's like a double whammy, right? It's always the hard work's going to get done, whether it's done up front or at the end.
Gotcha.